Hey, what up everybody, Steve Breach coming to you. Basically, I just finished watching one of the worst TNA Impact shows of all time. I know that last week I gave them credit for having a great wrestling show, but on this week's show, honestly, nothing happened. There was only one bright spot for the whole show. The only good thing that came of it was a Mickie James promo with her and ODB, where just Mickie James played up that she was this huge rock star that was someday going to be inducted into the Cleveland Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I laughed at it. I thought it was great. It got me pumped up for a Mickie James versus ODB match. Besides for that, the only thing that really progressed the storyline along was the thing that released last week that everybody knew was coming, was that AJ was going to win this big gauntlet in order to get the last 20 points in order to make it into the Bound for Glory series. Not only did he get into the Bound for Glory series, it pushed him to the point where he won the Bound for Glory series. He came from behind by winning one match, went all the way from, I believe, 5th place all the way into 1st, knocking Gunner down out of that number 1 spot. The thing that didn't make sense about this Impact was it was full of things that just didn't need to happen. This was a big gauntlet match, which included two guys who, even if they won this thing with the 20 points, Hernandez and the guy who won the gut check thing, that I can't even remember his name because they didn't even do with him what I thought they were gonna do. He did win one match in the Bound for Glory series, but he should have beat somebody, impactful. He should have been like the one guy who beat Austin Aries, or been, the one guy to beat Jeff Hardy, the former champion. It's sort of like, whoa, he lost the shit out of this thing. He lost to everybody. But he did get this one win, and this one win is what's going to put him on the map and make him somebody that we actually really care about in the future. They didn't do that. And they tried to build up some big angle where, that somebody was paying them in order to dump somebody out of there. But here was the thing. Only one person was going to get bumped out of the Bound for Glory series if somebody from the bottom won it. So why did the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 seed fight in this gauntlet? They didn't need to. They weren't going to go up. They weren't going to go down. They basically just sealed their own fate. Maybe Magnus should have stayed in there because he was number 1 and he had a chance to lose number 1. And if you're number 1, you get to pick your opponent next week. So that could make sense how maybe you wanted to be in there. But all you were really going to do is really hurt yourself in the long run. AJ won. The top 4 guys came out there. AJ picked, he wanted to wrestle Austin Aries in the, I guess it's No Surrender is the next show that they're going to run for one of the Super Impacts. I guess that's what I'm going to call those from now on. But that'll leave Magnus versus Rude, and that'll create the finals on to see who goes to the Bound for Glory to be the number 1 contender to fight whoever the champion is at the time. They haven't really said if they're going to do the Final 4 or just the 2 matches, so I'm not really looking forward to knowing if we're going to see who the number 1 contender is next week or not, but it would make sense. I think the No Surrender pay-per-view the last few months is when they've announced, or they've had the match where somebody paid off. It was Jeff Hardy beating Bully Ray, and then Rude beat, I can't remember who Rude beat. He beat somebody, though, in order to move on and then lose the Kurt Angle at Bound for Glory when the first year they did the Bound for Glory series. But then they had to make up for the fact that Hulk Hogan announced a title match that they're not going to have. They tried to hype this up with Sting trying to teach Rampage a lesson in professional wrestling about why this match means so much. He sort of got an interview getting Sting's inside feelings, but they just made Rampage look like a total idiot, like he had to be taught why this match means something if this match happened at a pay-per-view not that long ago. And, Sting says he's going to win this match because he has his family behind him. They basically just recreated the match. But if you really break it down to it, Bully Ray tried to cover it up for in his promo, saying that the title wasn't on the line. Sting was never going to wrestle for the title again. So at that point, Bully Ray just could have walked out of the ring. He could have just laid down in the middle of the ring. A loss wasn't going to hurt them. What really did hurt them was that Tito Ortiz was at ringside, and the one thing the Hulk Hogan did was he banned Tito Ortiz from being at ringside. One security guard pushed Tito Ortiz into the back. Tito Ortiz is supposed to be the baddest man on the planet, TNA says. He's supposed to be the one-man wrecking crew that can take out anybody in TNA anytime he wants to. One security guard pushed him into the back. Tito didn't put up a fight. He, mouthed some words, but he never said fuck this and knocked that security guard out. One security guard. And this is supposed to be the guy that we're supposed to be building TNA wrestling around. Is this match that's going to happen between him and Rampage in another company, Bellator. One security guard. Why doesn't that one security guard show up at Bellator and take care of Tito Ortiz, and then this could all be over with? I have no clue. Basically, the match still went on. This match was all to set up, the match that's supposed to be next week that I guess we're thinking is going to be, it wouldn't make sense if it was anybody but him, but I'm guessing that he says he's the other guy who's going to get the shot because it's somebody from inside the family. Who knows if that could be the Hogan family or the Bully Ray family where they've been by Devon, or if it's the Ace and Eights family. Mr. Anderson / Kennedy basically made it where he wasn't going to care if Bully Ray lost or not. Got in the ring after Bully Ray tapped out to the Scorpion Deathlock because Anderson wouldn't give him the hammer to knock out and get out of the move. This is basically just a recreation of Slammiversary, just that, they would have gotten the Doc Brown time machine and brought the Main Event Mafia down there to switch some things around. They pulled the apron back to expose the wood down there if you weren't able to see that spot from the pay-per-view. This is nowhere as good as that match was, but if you didn't get to see that match yet because the DVD hasn't come out, because it takes 6 months for a DVD to come out in TNA now, at least you get to see what the hell people were talking about. And I don't know. It was bad all over. Sting's still going to pick up wins like this. But if Bully Ray's a champion heading into Bound for Glory, they should be making this guy look beatable. Or, I'm sorry, this guy look unbeatable, to the fact that you need some superpower in order to overcome the Aces and Eights. The Main Event Mafia came out. They took care of Nux, Briscoe, and I always when I say Briscoe, I want to think of Patterson. Like it's freaking like the old dudes used to help other mans during the... I can never go from saying Briscoe and Bischoff, but bad impact all over. Especially after watching the Monday Night Football game, being all hyped up for some football action. Just bad all over. I have to see what happens next week. It's to be one of those super impacts. So we'll see what it does. The first one, Destination X, was outstanding. The one last month, which was Hardcore, not Hardcore Homecoming. Was it Hardcore Homecoming? I can't remember what the hell they used to call those shows. Whatever the Hardcore show was, it sucked. If it didn't have a title change, it wouldn't have had anything. But I don't know. Maybe No Surrender will be different. They get pretty much just hyping up. You got the tag titles are going to be on the line. It looks like with Gunstorm going up against Bischoff, and then you'll have probably the Chicks, the Divas title, or the Knockout title. ODB and Mickie James will be another match. Bully Ray's going to fight somebody from inside of his family, which looks like it's going to be Mr. Anderson, but they could throw a curveball in there anywhere. Not sure. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe Anderson will just lay down in the ring and maybe he's slated to be strong as ever, but it looks like Anderson's on his way out of Aces and Eights. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have some fun next Thursday. Peace out, guys. Have fun.